from Programming J. So in today's video, we're going to discuss that what is meant by computer program, what is meant by the programming languages. So let's get started. So in here, I have a PowerPoint presentation about that. Okay, so program is basically like a set of instructions that are grouped together and instruct the computer to do a specific job. So it could be like a game, any basics levels in Minecraft and stuff, or it could be like really detailed stuff like we use Microsoft Office. That's really detailed program about with Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Access. So it could start from really basic stuff and can get complicated because, as you know, a programming language is like a combination of 30 to 40 not keywords like statements or like specific things, but you can use those patterns or a gazillion times. So like, as we know, that program is a group of instructions that tell computer what to do or what you want to do. And in that there come like application software that do a specific job, like not the previous, like in the same topic. So then we will discuss that what is meant by programming language. So programming language is simply a thing in which a program is written. It could be COBOL, it could be BASIC, it could be C++, it could be Java. But as I'm talking about these are like new digital computer in 1940s. We didn't have Java. Java came in 1990, so is the case with C++. And other stuff, that stuff came very late. So when I say that programming language, we have to refer back to 1940s. At that time, there was machine language. What machine language is? It's like combinations of zeros and ones. Like we can call it like binary, zeros and ones. So early programmers, they had to write these combinations and then work hard to, like, if any problem occurs, they have to debug it. So it was really hard to write code in machine language. It's like zeros and ones. For example, number 14, when you convert it into a binary sequence, it's like a really long, like 8 to 10 bits data. So when you do numerous tasks, you have to type out that data could be lengthy and could be hard. Like imagine a scenario of zeros and one all along the page from top to bottom. It would be really, really hard to do that. Then they realized that they are having a problem. So they switched to assembly language. What assembly language does, they made some mnemonics about like move, add, and store, like 3 mnemonics to help them. So for example, move R16, that means move the value 6 to register 1. What is meant by the registers? It's like a space or a thing where you have to store data. So assembler that translates the source code to zeros and one for the computer. Executable code is the machine language. Like when a programmer types, we type source code that we can read. Then there's an assembler that translates it or changes to zeros and one. And then there's an executable code that the machine runs. We don't see the executable code on the screen, but if you want, you can, but there's no need of it. Then comes the high-level languages that we deal right now. Those are like English statement or combination of statements that we can really easy to use, like BASIC. That was the first language that I learned in 9th grade. It's really simple. It's like if you have to learn something as in middle school, like BASIC is really good stuff to go with. But because its syntax is weak, it cannot handle complex structures, so they switched to new languages, and it's still coming up, like SQL, SQL, most people also name as SQL. Then there is Ruby, then other stuff. So by every moving day they make new things. Then there's like Swift, which we can use for iOS apps. So every stuff is coming on every day. Like it was an era of C++, C, then it came C++, then Java, then other stuff. So this stuff evolves and evolves really quickly. So if you're in a computer science field, you have to make sure that your knowledge gets updated, or your skill set gets updated. So for example, in high level language, you see that it's a basic code, variable x is equal to 6 plus 4. So then we have given it a if else statement, like a decision logic, that if x is greater than 0, then print is like for the displaying purpose. The same, if you have to do this thing in Java, you have to say write system.out.println. So x is greater than 0, else x is less than 0. So here are like number of programming languages. Like basic is for home users, you who don't have to deal with like really complex data or other thing. COBOL is usually for businesses. Now mostly businesses don't use that. Other than that, they have to like update it. So I was talking to a professor of mine. He said that mostly people don't like to learn COBOL right now because they think it's out of business. But many of the big businesses still need COBOL programmers to like update their stuff or keep their stuff in good shape. So they're really paying good fees for that. Then there comes Fortran, that's for engineering purposes. Then it is Pascal, that's for education. Then Ada, used by government. And I think most of the military software for the jets and other stuff is written in Ada. And then comes C, that's like really important or famous language. It's used in business, engineering, and some of the NASA programs use the C language. Oriented programming. Object-oriented is not like a separate programming. It's like a paradigm that focuses on objects. So everything you do in object-oriented languages is you deal with objects. What it does, object orientation does, is like security, gives a layer upon layer, so it helps you to secure your data. But the outcome, con of it is that when you have to add layers, it bulks up your data or your program. But with every pro comes a con. So some of the famous object-oriented languages are C++, Visual Basic, Java, C#. So I think that's it about the programming languages. I will do a separate video of object orientation. Till then, stay tuned, have fun. Thank you.